Hockey fan here. We may have lost this battle, but we will win this war. We came out of it with a point, an overall strong game by the whole team. Price may not have the best save percentage, may not look good numbers-wise, but Price was solid. Still hasn't lost in regulation in over 8 games. 7 straight wins, 1 overtime loss. Nothing to complain about with Carey Price. Seen a few Habs fans on Facebook right after the game giving Carey Price the gears. Like, come on, the dude has been red hot. Give it a break. Nothing to be ashamed of in that game. Congratulations, Leafs fans. You come out of it with a big win. Hopefully we'll see you in the playoffs, because after that game, I would see a very good series, and I could definitely see Montreal beating Toronto. I could see Toronto beating Montreal. I could see a 7-game series. I don't see it going anything less than 7 games, to be honest. The way that game was played, it was great. It sucked to see Montreal lose, but I still really enjoyed the game. It still got me really hyped. My anxiety levels were through the roof. Kind of late here where I'm to now. I'm getting a bit tired myself, so I decided to make this review for you guys before the night ended. Instead of getting up in the morning and making it before work and half-assing it, I'm going to talk about it while I remember it. So let's get into some numbers. Montreal had 38 shots. They were 1 for 5 on the power play, 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Hits were 49. Face-off percentage, 43.9. Carey Price, .875 save percentage, stopped 28 of 32 shots. Doesn't look that good numbers-wise, but he was solid up until overtime. He had 3 goals allowed on 31 shots. He faced another shot in overtime, but unfortunately it was a wide-open backhand by John Tavares. Petrie was on his tail, but John Tavares had enough room, enough space to put that backhand up over Price's shoulder. And if anybody's going to score on that goal, like Kelly Rudy said at the end of the game in the postgame, it's 2 for 3 for us Habs. 4 for 5 on the penalty kill. We had a power play goal. Some good things to take out of this game for sure. 20% on the power play in the game, so that boosts the power play from 12 point whatever it is now, 13.3 or something I think, to a little bit higher. Every little bit counts with how bad this power play is, to be honest. I'm trying to take something out of the power play. Give me that much, folks. Penalty minutes for the Leafs were 10. Penalty minutes for the Habs were 6. Hits for the Leafs were 16. Face-off percentage for the Leafs were 56.1. Anderson had good numbers. Anderson had a great game. .921 save percentage. He stopped 35 of 38 shots faced. So great night for Anderson. Over 3 goals against for him, but still good save percentage. Solid game by Anderson, and he got the win. I'm sure that's all that counts to the goalie. I don't think a goalie cares if they're under 800 save percentage, as long as they get the W for their team. Look at guys like Jones in San Jose. He doesn't have a great save percentage, but he still gets the job done. Or is he in St. Louis? I could be wrong, but he still gets the job done. Now, some notes that I had about the game were Jordy Ben had a big hit in the end on Nylander. He looked like he crushed Nylander bad, but Nylander bounced up like nothing happened after. Nylander scored a big goal prior to that, so Nylander had a good game. But honestly, when he got railroaded by Ben, I thought he was fucked up, but he was fine. Pardon the French, folks, but it did look pretty bad to me. Kapanen was shooting from everywhere. He had a career high in shots this game, so Toronto fans definitely got to be happy with Kapanen's game. I don't know if he showed up on the board. I don't think he scored a goal. He had some quality chances, though. He had one where the Habs players were coming in, and the Leafs player threw it in front of the net, bounced off Habs player, came right back to Kapanen. He had a wide open shot on Price. Price was positionally sound, had the body there, stopped the puck. Toronto had 2 over-the-glass penalties, 1 by Matthews, 1 by Zaitsev right at the end of the game. Gallagher scored on a controversial goal. You can call it controversial, but it was unreviewable is what the referee said. The commentators said they didn't think it was a goal because the net came off his pegs, but if you look at it, Anderson caused the net to come off his pegs. He kicked it off his pegs, so I'm assuming that's why it was unreviewable. Started out OT on the power play for the Habs. They didn't do anything with it. They only had about 1 minute and 20 power play time. But yeah, they didn't do anything with it, so it would have been nice to see him get a power play goal. I honestly was like crossing my fingers being like, get this power play goal. Go 2 for 5 on the power play. We need it as Habs fans. They were 1 for 2 last game on the power play. We've seen that 50% appear on the board. I'd love to see another 40% appear game, but I'll settle for 20% with how bad this power play is. Definitely can't complain. Leafs coaches showed their frustrations quite a bit. They showed him on the bench. Babcock looked pissed the whole game. I don't watch all the Leafs games, but he did not look like a happy camper going into the 3rd period, excuse me. And whoever their assistant coach is, they actually showed a clip of him and the assistant coach arguing. They said they're not sure if they're debating or arguing, but I don't read lips or nothing, but those 2 guys were arguing, and I'm assuming it was over the power play because it was right after a bad power play by the, or bad penalty by the Leafs and stuff going into the third. Andrew Shaw scored the first goal in the first period off a beautiful tip from Jeff Petrie. Domi passes it over to Petrie. Petrie wrists it in. Looks like it's going to be a clean glove save for Anderson. Nope. Shaw gets his stick on it. Goes under the glove. 1-0. Montreal. Shaw's first game back, scores 51 seconds into the game. Was an effective player. Did take a dumb penalty, but it didn't bite us because the Leafs had no power play goals. Andreas Johansson scored on the next goal. Assist by Hyman. It was a pretty good little goal. Didn't look like Price seen it. Next goal was Nikita Zaitsev. Assisted on by Lindholm and Riley. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. Had to go answer the door. Next goal was, like I said, that goal was from assisted on Nikita Zaitsev, assisted on by Lindholm and Riley. Second period, Thomas Tatar scores. He had the only goal in the period. Beautiful wrist shot. Beat Anderson clean. Looked like he had it with the glove. Assisted from Weber and Price. Price got an assist for stopping it behind the net, letting Weber take it. Weber outlets it to Tatar. Tatar right up the ice from his own zone to the Leaf zone. Clean wrist shot goal. Beautiful play by Tatar. I was actually surprised Anderson let that in. Some people say it was a weak goal. I say it was a racket from Tatar. Third period starts off the game with a power play goal by Galley. Galley with a save. Galley with assist from Domi and Shaw. So Domi with another point. Domi with a 2-point night. Nylander scores a goal right after that. I think 2 minutes after that. That was the last goal of the third period. He came down. He was flying up the ice. He beat Price clean on a beautiful shot. Got nothing bad to say about Nylander's shot, and it was a good game for William Nylander. All the controversy and stuff I hear and talk I hear about Nylander, he looked really good in this game, so I didn't see nothing bad with him in this game. I know he didn't have much points. He wasn't producing for Leafs fans. I don't watch a lot of Leafs games. I'm a Habs fan, but he looked really good in this game. He looked like a $6 million player in this game for sure, and that was a clutch goal because that tied the game, sending it in overtime where Marner gets the puck from Riley. He comes up. Petrie couldn't catch Tavares. Tavares just got a bit of speed on him in his zone. Got behind him. Got him flat-footed. And Marner passes it up. Takes advantage of the situation. Of course, Marner to Tavares. Two guys I talked about in my preview earlier how creative they are. Tavares backhands it over Price's shoulder. Game over. They pan off. The Gallagher looking disgusted. Julian looking disgusted. Shaw looking so pissed off. Just a rough loss for the Habs in a good game. Could have went either way. Got a point out of it, so Buffalo won, which sucks. Gives them a little bit of breathing room. Gives them a little bit of catching up to do on the Habs. Gives them a point, whatever. Habs are 8 points up, 7 points up on Buffalo. But we don't want those other teams to win. Carolina's been winning flat out. They're only 6 points behind. No, they're 7 points behind Montreal now. Buffalo's 8 points behind them. So we don't want these teams behind us to win. And Boston won tonight again, too. So Montreal and Boston are tied points-wise. Haven't looked at the standings yet. I'm pretty sure that would put Boston in the Montreal spot third, and Montreal would go down to the wild card. I had to check that over. But yeah, overall good game for the Habs. Great game for the Leafs. They won the game. They may not have gotten the Habs definitely massively out hit them. Had a couple more shots. Controlled the possession most of the game. But the Leafs were opportunistic on their plays, and they had some good shots. And the overtime winner was a beautiful goal, so I can't hate on the Leafs for it. Sucks to say the Habs lost, but we'll get them next time, folks. We may have lost the battle. We will win the war. This is Mr. Average Hockey Fan. Over and out. See you next game.